Hi, I just wanted to go over this great article here by Bright Local, how Google My Business is actually used by businesses, and this is a research article. And my email basically said that they took a survey of 500 consumers, how they use business profiles on websites, and where do they get contact details from, and which sources do they trust to be most accurate. Thought that was very interesting. So here's the article from Bright Local. You'll see the link down below, and here is Rosie who wrote that. And the key findings I thought was interesting was 50% of consumers will be deterred from using a local business if contact information was out of date on their website. So consumers trust details from local business websites more than Google My Business or online directories. 64% of consumers have used Google My Business to find contact details for local businesses. The Google My Business features consumers are most likely to have used one as opening hours, directions, and reading reviews. And only 8% of consumers never look at websites when choosing which local business to use. So as we go down, you'll see the questions and the links below with this article. And the first question is, which local business types have you searched Google for? And you can see that most commonly searched was restaurants, then grocery stores, clothing stores, hotels and B&Bs, and medical practices and healthcare. So there's the range there. Interesting. Tradesmen are there. Pet services, the top 10 here. Restaurant, grocery stores, clothing stores, hotels, medical, hair, beauty, dentists, car dealership, pubs, automotive businesses, insurance services, car rentals. Construction roofing is a trade up there. Plumbing is very popular as a trade. Fitness services. And home care down below there. So that was interesting. Which sources have you used to find a local business phone number address? Well, Google My Business is still at the top there. Maps, business website comes third. Online business directory, none of the above. And the results are 64% of consumers have used Google My Business listings to find a local business address or phone number. 87% of consumers have looked for a phone number or address online, and 49% of consumers visit local business websites to find contact. 87% of consumers have looked for local businesses' phone numbers or address online. So that's pretty big. So people are using their mobile phones quite a lot. We'll read on down to the next one. So the survey found that 64% of companies have used Google My Business to find business contact details. This means a significant number of businesses receive warm leads contacting without ever hitting their website. But that's not to say websites are no longer important. Half the respondents record visiting a local business website to find contact details, with others likely to visit other information. Which source do you expect to have the most accurate and up-to-date contact information? Okay, so the green is the business website, the blue is Google My Business, and online business directory. So 56% of consumers expect local business websites to have the most accurate. Okay, so the majority trust websites that have the best data, or significant proportion of people prefer other sources. 32% trust Google My Business over the business website itself. means that 44% of consumers trust other sources more than local businesses' own website. Clearly, Google My Business is gospel for those who are already using it. With this high level of trust, local businesses need to make sure they're being as trustworthy with the rest of their listing, avoiding spammy techniques such as fake reviews, name stuffing, or ineligible listings. Many customers are now looking beyond websites. It's critical that local businesses have their contact details correct and consistent around the web. For more information, you can look at their citation hub. Which feature of Google My Business have you used? Well, the biggest one is checked opening hours, followed by finding directions. Read reviews, so those are the top 3 there. And then they visit the website's number 4. They look at your photos, book a hotel room. So that's interesting, isn't it? That the top 5 here are basically your business hours, found direction, read reviews, visiting the website, and look at photos of business. Wow. And as you can see down there, call to business using the call button or left a review. When deciding which local business to use, how and often do you visit a local business website? Every time I search for a local business to use, 22%, more than half of the time, 30%. Okay, so 22% of consumers check websites every time they're deciding on a local business. 76% look for local business websites at least half of the time. When looking at websites, what would you make less likely to use? What would make you less likely to use local business? Okay, look at that. Out-of-date contact information, poorly written content and typos, out-of-date pricing information, lack of prices, difficult to find search results. So that's so important to have an up-to-date website. It's interesting that so many customers would be discouraged by a poorly written website. Local marketing budgets don't stretch to professional content services, but it's important to ensure a website appears as professional as the brand ones. Images are important. 30% looking at photos. 29% turned off. After finding a local business online, how do you prefer to contact the business? Okay, so phone calls is the top source. Send them an email, visit the business location, message via contact form, contact social media, request a callback. Wow. So the vast majority call the business. So local business owners need to check their phone numbers are correct and consistent. Ensure they have staff to answer the calls. Train staff and customer service for how to. A new tech called Google Call Joy could free up employees. I've got to check that. That was a fantastic article. You'll find that link below. Let me just check that. Google Joy, Call Joy. So here's Google Joy. Google bringing call intelligence and automation for $39 per month. The virtual agent builds upon existing technology and represents a new direction in local monetization for Google. So you'll find the link below for small businesses. It's experimental right now. For Joy promises to help small business offer better customer service. So I dare say it must be working now, so let's have a listen to this video.
When I started, business took off. Almost instantly, the phone became a burden. I wasn't prepared for the volume of calls and customer questions that were coming in constantly. I started this business to devote more time to cooking, not answering the phone. With CallJoy, I can get back to cooking and never miss a phone call. The dashboard gives me insights into things like peak call times and bad call experiences, even recording those calls for later. And a CallJoy agent is always first to answer to make sure those calls are directed appropriately. Most people are calling to order, so the text back feature converts those calls to action. That means my phone is ringing less, and my orders are going up. CallJoy doesn't just help me manage phone calls. It gives me more control over my business and my customers' experience. CallJoy. Answer with intelligence.
You find that link below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and thank you for listening to my review of Bright Local's article, which was very good. Local business websites and Google My Business comparison report. Thank you for watching.